No geeks, only beauties here, but beauties with a beef. At the end of November, Christina Silva was crowned Miss California. Brandy Williams, who you know from our show every single week, was first runner-up. Now, due to what organizers say was an accounting mix-up, they both have had to relinquish their titles. Here's Christina and Brandy. Nice to see you both. Let's talk about the pageant. So you're on stage, and what happens?
Well, Sunday night, November 25th, Brandy and I were holding hands like this, and they were going to call the winner, and they said Miss Woodland Hills, which is Brandy, first runner-up, and essentially I won. So I was ecstatic.
Okay, so you win and you get the sash and the crown.
I get the sash, the crown, my family from all over the world, and my family from the States are calling me. We're celebrating, and everything's going great. And then Thursday comes.
Thursday comes. So wait, the pageant was what night?
Sunday, November 25th.
So 4 days later,
yes.
What happens?
4 days later, I get a phone call to come to Mr. Lewis's home. And that evening, he basically tells me that I wasn't the winner and that there was an accounting error.
And so what, I mean, did you think you were being punked, or what did you think?
You know, all I can do was shake, and my mother was holding me, and I started to cry, and I said, what's going on? Please tell me this isn't true. Wake me up, wake me up. I was, you know, it was a shock of my life. It was a shock of my life.
Brandy, you're not unfamiliar with this kind of thing. Have you ever heard of anything like this happening?
Absolutely not. And I didn't find out until the following day, which is kind of absurd. The first runner-up just gets bypassed and doesn't hear anything about it. And my heart breaks for Christina. It still does. That 4 days later, that she has to go through all this. And I was on stage holding her hands. I know how emotional and excited she was. And it's just awful that they've put her through this.
Keith Lewis is the director of the pageant, Miss California, and he joins us on the phone. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Keith, what happened?
Well, in simple terms, it was an error in the tabulations for the point values on placement. Miss Universe has standard point values that are given by fourth runner-up, third runner-up, second runner-up, first runner-up, winner. And those points are scored highest for the winner and then lowest to the fourth runner-up. But the values that were put on the ballots were reversed, so that, in fact, when the auditor tabulated the scores, the scoring was not accurate. Much like when you've got an Excel spreadsheet and you change one column and you don't change the other column, and the point values are then not accurate.
I mean, I'm going to ask a question that's naive, but I'm certainly reflects the way that Christina and Brandy feel. How does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think when you're looking at an organization of this size, it doesn't happen very often because you can see from the history that it just doesn't usually occur. But in this situation, it did. And, you know, I really have to express that we're terribly, terribly saddened. It's a terribly unfortunate situation. And there is no winner in it. But I think that the integrity of the organization stands upon telling the truth. We took the truth to Christina first. We didn't ask that she relinquish the crown. We gave her the truth and said, we don't know what to do. What is the best thing to do at this point? We need your input. We didn't ask her to give the crown back. We didn't ask her to give the banner back. We didn't ask her to give the $4,000 necklace back. We refunded the fees immediately to her. We told her she could compete next year for free. You know, I told her to take a hacksaw to my arm if she wanted to.
Hang on, Keith. She's not going to do that, but let me ask you that. When he says all that, what do you say?
You know, Mr. Lewis, you know what happened at your house that evening, and you gave me a choice. You said you don't have to say anything. You can continue being Miss California, but your integrity and your career could be jeopardized. So, you know, I had to do what I felt I was pressured to do, and that was to, you know, call Raquel that day, 20 minutes after we had a conversation, and tell her that she was the new winner.
Christina, when we met, I said that you would go through a multitude of emotions, and I appreciate all that you've gone through, and I appreciate your change of heart at this moment. But we were a meeting of minds. We made that call together, and you know, Sam, I'm absolutely in support of both Christina and Brandy getting to the truth. I am absolutely in support of being completely transparent. I believe in this organization. I believe in the good that it provides for women, and I believe this is an unfortunate situation, but it's one that certainly we will do everything in our power to resolve.
And Mr. Lewis, as you know, Christina's hired an attorney. You've hired an attorney to do what?
Yeah, basically, I just hired an attorney to represent what is going on in the situation. I just want the truth. I do not believe there's an accounting error. There's 5 judges. How do you not know how to count from 0 to 5? And especially at the state level, I do not believe that. And the fact of the matter is, the judges that I took pictures with after the competition when I was crowned, 3 out of the 5 came up to me to say specifically, I voted for you. I knew you were going to win.
So what do you think happened?
Well, that's what I want to know. I want to know the truth, and I want to know why, when I called Miss Raquel, I don't understand why she didn't say, well, I wasn't first runner-up, so how come I didn't win? Or how come I'm the winner all of a sudden?
Yeah, the cardinal rule in pageants is if, for whatever reason, the winner can't keep her crown, if she relinquishes it, then it goes to the first runner-up, which is me. Right. And I've been completely bypassed in this whole competition, which I understand Keith told you, don't worry about Brandy, don't worry about Miss Woodland Hills. And so that's kind of what I want to get to the bottom of. And I do have a question for you, Keith, and you said that it has been reversed. I mean, we all just heard you say that. And if it had, in fact, been reversed, why wasn't the 4th runner-up crowned as the winner? You know, if it was in reverse, then she should be the new title holder.
Each judge's score is by their placement. So when you reverse the order, you've got 5 points for the winner. In the ballot that was done in California, there was 0 points for the winner. And in reverse order, that second runner-up spot, each judge that votes for the second runner-up is still going to get 1 point. But those numbers, it's not an automatic reversal. If you take 5 different placements and you add them up, it doesn't come to that same point. And we put out to both of you emails with all of the specific judging criteria, or all of the specific judging ranking, and as well as the mistake. We're completely transparent on it. You know, this dog isn't going to hunt. Any accusation can be made, but at the end of the day, the truth will always win out.
Mr. Lewis, I appreciate you joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
And I thank you for taking that invitation. Ladies, we're going to move on, but very quickly, what would you like to have happen right now?
Well, you know, I just want to say that this isn't about me getting my crown back, because I don't want my crown back. I just want to say that this is about all the 90 contestants that participated, that this is not right. We went in there with false hope and false, we all felt like we had a chance to win. And at this point, I don't think there was fair play. And it's not just me, it's all 90 contestants that need to say something.
All right, Brandy and Christina, we thank you for saying something with us this morning. Obviously, the TV movie on the way, and a lot more about this. Thank you, ladies, very, very much.
Wow. Thanks for joining us.